Warm good morning, my dear children. Today we will discuss the topic organic farming, the experience of a farmer. Organic farming is an agricultural system which originated early in the 20th century in reaction to rapidly changing farming practices. Organic farming continues to be developed by various organizations today. It is defined by the use of organics such as compost, manure, green manure, and bone meal, and places emphasis on techniques such as crop rotation and companion planting, biological pest control, mixed cropping, and fostering of insect predators are encouraged. Organic farming can produce the same amount of crop as that from high yielding varieties. In this type of farming, chemical fertilizers and pesticides are not used. Instead of this, they use natural and organic fertilizer like cow dung. Now we will discuss uneven distribution of land. Now we try to understand how the land distributed unevenly. Let us talk the example of a village to understand a realistic situation. The village has 450 families of farmers. Out of these, 60 families have more than 2 hectares of land. These 60 farmers are medium and large farmers, but there are 240 families of small farmers who have less than 2 acres of land each, and these small pieces of land is passed among the family members from one generation to another. Due to this, farm size becomes smaller and all members are not able to earn their livelihood from agriculture, and they are forced to look other employment in other sector. In this way, about 150 families of a farmers who do not own any land, they are landless. Now we will move to another topic, that is marketing of agricultural produce. Farmers generally keep a part of the produce for themselves and sell the remaining part in the market, but usually they are unable to get the best value for their product. The farmers would have been forced to sell their product in the open market at much lower price, and middlemen would have made all the profit. In order to resolve this problem, the government now fixed the minimum support price MSP for a different agriculture product. The minimum support price means the minimum purchasing price of different crops declared by the government. No one can buy the product at a price lower than the minimum support price from the farmer. Government itself sometimes purchase of crops so that farmers can get this declared price. So students, now we will go to another topic, that is a role of credit in farming. In order to do farming, a farmer needs many things such as seeds, manure. He used to hire tractors, arrange for irrigation, etc. For all this, they have to borrow money or take loan. This loan or borrowing is known as credit. In India, farmers get credit in two ways: institutional credit and non-institutional credit. Institutional credit, this is a credit facility provided to the farmers by government, institution, cooperative societies or banks. They get facilities like Kisan credit card, loans for farming equipment, loans for purchasing seeds, fertilizers, etc. This credit facility is known as institutional credit. In India, usually minimum and large farmers have access to these credit facilities, but small or poor farmers don't have access this credit facility because it requires some security so that the institution can recover their money in cash of default, and it also requires legal documents and formalities. Non-institutional credit, farmers who are unable to pursue institutional credit, they have to borrow money or take loan from tractors. large farmers, money lenders, friends, and relatives. This credit dealing are carried out on the basis of mutual understanding and oral or verbal promises. There is no paperwork, legal formality, government rule involved. It includes high interest rate, so it is called the non-institutional credit. Here we see that a large farmers can easily pursue institutional credit, whereas poor families who don't have money and other facilities for farming don't easily get institutional credit. In book of page number 248, you see a pic chart is given which shows that 61 plus 3, that is 64%, are sources of credit in institutional credit, but remaining 30 plus 1 plus 4 plus 1, that is equal to 36% source of credit is for non-institutional credit, which is more less. So we see how our farmers facing difficulties for getting loans and facing so many problems after getting loans from non-institutional credit. Children's, now we discuss non-agricultural job opportunities. We see in this chapter now farming has been commercialized. Farmers use many equipments like tractor, tube wells, harvesters, etc., or also use high quality of fertilizers and seeds for large amount of production. Now they sold their products in market and earn money. Other sectors fulfill the other needs of people. Usually farmer don't find work in agriculture sector throughout the year. As a result, the small or poor farmers work on fields only during tilling the land, uh, showing of seeds and harvesting of crops in their free times. They do other jobs such as labor work, selling vegetables, brick making, and constructions of houses to earn their income, but they only provide irregular and uncertain work opportunities and do not provide a stable income to the people. Development can happen for everyone only when we attempt to find solutions to these challenges. So students, today this chapter is completed. We will meet in next class. Further topic we will take. Okay, children, thank you. Goodbye. Stay home. Stay safe.